Let's get it. Three, two, one. Say all I care about is money in the city that I'm from. I'ma sip until I feel it. I'ma smoke until it's done. I don't really give a, cause my excuse is that I'm young and I'm only getting older. Somebody should have told you I'm on one. What? Say I'm on one. Okay. I said I'm on one. Yeah. But I'm on one. Hold on. What he say? Two white cups and I got that drink. Could be purple, it could be pink. Depending on how you miss that. Money, I'm a guy. I'm gonna get that. 'Cause I'm on one. Yeah, I'm on one. Hey yo, welcome back to another episode of the Arts Block Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Curry III. Welcome, guys. Listen, I'm back in DC, man. Look at me. Look at me. I'm back in the cribbo. I'm gonna see if I can get the pictures on the wall and stuff. I'm gonna see if I can see what I can do to the crib, make it feel like back in the dorm, even though it's not that vibe. I'm gonna try to make it feel like it is that vibe. You dig? Listen, man, I got a couple of things, couple of new things happen. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got I got a nice little cut. Got a nice little cut. I'm looking good, feeling good now. One thing y'all will not get is a reveal. That's something that is not happening today. That's probably not going to happen for the next couple of weeks. Got to make sure that you dig. So y'all going to get do-rag and hat pods for the next however long. I'm so sorry, psych. No, I'm not. I have no ill feeling about that. Y'all are gonna get what you get, and guess what you better not do? Y'all better not make no fit about it. Amen, amen. Let's get to it. But yeah, I look good. Applaud for me. Thank you. Your applause was much needed and much necessary and much appreciated. What are we talking about today? Oh, before we even get into that, make sure we touch on the basics first. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post a pod that is on YouTube. Make sure you comment and review. Give me a 5-star on your favorite podcast platform. Say that this is the greatest podcast you have ever listened to in your life, and that will suffice. Where was I last week? Listen, man, I was moving here. That's it. On Wednesday, I was moving. On Tuesday, I was sick and packing. I'm just getting over being sick from Tuesday. So I was sick and packing on Tuesday. Wednesday, I moved here. I ain't have no time to pod last week. I ain't have no time, y'all. Y'all was like, oh well, Eric, what was you doing Monday? I was saying goodbye to my friends on Monday. I was saying goodbye to everybody on Monday. Cause I ain't gonna see them in a couple months. So I was saying goodbye. That's what I was doing on Monday. But it doesn't matter why I wasn't there last week or why I didn't pod last week. That doesn't matter because guess what? We're here this week. If you don't remember last week, we talked about art in the rocky soil. Well, not last week, but last time we podded, which was like 2 weeks ago, we talked about art in the rocky soil, which is basically when your art isn't rooted in a firm foundation, when your art isn't rooted in something that is outside of yourself, then when persecution happens, like it says in the Bible, or like when trouble comes, or like when people just don't like your art, you're going to tend to flee away from creating, or you're going to tend to run from the things when your art isn't rooted in anything. Now, this week, what are we going to be talking about? What we're going to be touching on this week? This week, we're going to be touching on how you can get your art to the place where your art can be rooted in a foundation, right? In a firm foundation, whatever that foundation might be. It's different for everybody, right? So the main topic for today is called Brick by Brick. And again, if you are a listener or a tuner, intoer, or a reader of my Substack, which is called Beyond the Block, if you go to substack.com/Beyond the Block, it's going to pop up right there. If you are a reader of that, then you should know basically the premise of the brick by brick thing. But if not, I'm gonna give y'all a quick little overlay. So brick by brick is basically a saying that means just one step at a time. Basically, overall, brick by brick is just one step at a time. However, when I first heard the term brick by brick, I heard it in Snowfall, which is one of my favorite TV shows of all time, with Franklin Saint, who's one of my favorite characters of all time. Said it in the car with Leon. He was driving. He was like, "I built this brick by brick, and I'd be damned if I let you." Damn, what did he say? He said, I'd be damned if something, just because you don't like the way another nigga talk. Drive, mother. Yeah, like that whole scene. He killed that scene. So that's what we're gonna be touching on today. We're gonna be touching on how you're going to build a brand, how you're going to build yourself, how you're going to build your craft and your creativity brick by brick. But what else are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about hold on. What else are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about Streamer University, and what we're going to start today off with is how snitches get stitches. Now, mind you, I've had this pod ready since last week. To be honest, this pod was supposed to be given to y'all a week ago. I'm just giving it to y'all now because I'm a good pod host. That's why this is happening. Also, I didn't really have that much time, to figure out the whole situation with the whole pod thing. So I was just you did y'all get it. Y'all see me. I see y'all too. All right. So first thing on the docket. Snitches get stitches, man. I'm seeing a lot of things, a lot of discourse going around on this Diddy trial. And I even got asked by a couple people, hey, Eric, are you going to talk about the trial? You going to talk about the trial? No. No, I am not. But what I will talk about is the discourse that is happening around the trial. And that's basically what this is about today. Specifically about all of the discourse that happened while Kid Cudi was on the stand. Now, mind you, again, I am a week late with the pod stuff. So there's a whole nother team, a whole nother person or peoples that have taken the stand. I think his ex-assistant is currently on the stand right now. If I'm not mistaken, it might not be by the time this is uploaded. Shoot, it might not be today, right now. But as far as I know, his Diddy's ex-assistant is on the stand. So keep that in mind as I'm getting all this out. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Kid Cudi went and testified against Diddy. If you don't know why Kid Cudi testified against Diddy, Diddy allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car. Now, why would Diddy want to allegedly blow up Kid Cudi's car? Well, that's because Kid Cudi at a time had dealings with Cassie at a certain time. If you don't know who Cassie is, Cassie was Diddy's one of Diddy's girlfriends, according to multiple sources, from about 2008 to 2000. Well, nah, probably earlier than 2008, right? Probably like 2005, 4 or 5 ish to like 2016, 17 ish. All right, now that we got all that backstory out the way, what are we talking about when it comes to Diddy? This is what we're going to talk about. We're not talking about his involvement in the case, but we're going to talk about the reaction to his involvement. Like I said, Kid Cudi is on the stand because Diddy allegedly blew up his car, and he has evidence, or he was one of the leading factors in, or like people that Cassie confided in about all the abuse that she has been dealing with while she was dealing with Diddy, right? Cool. Now, when I've seen that Kid Cudi was on the stand, it made sense to me, right? It made sense to me. What you try to blow up my car, dude? Like, yeah, I don't have no loyalty towards you. I don't have nothing towards you, right? You try to blow up my car. You broke into my house, tried to kill me, did crazy stuff to my dog. There's nothing that I owe you at this point, right? Cool. And I thought, for the most part, everybody in the general public of the world was on the same page. Boy, was I wrong. Listen, if I bet money that everybody was on the same page, I would have lost a lot, a lot of money. I was scrolling through Twitter one day, right? And out of nowhere, I just saw Kid Cudi snitch. And I was like, huh, this is funny to me. I don't I don't think the snitching rules apply to Kid Cudi, but let's just see. This might not even be on like for the case. This might be something else. So let's just see what has happened. Nah, there are people saying that Kid Cudi on the stand is basically snitching and that he is tattletelling on Diddy. And it's even this one post that really ticked me off, right? It really sent me over the edge. And it says, y'all keep saying Kid Cudi is civilian, yet he raps about doing every illegal drug under the sun. Now, we're not going to stay on this for very long because we have bigger and better things to talk about, right? Things that's actually going to elevate you and evolve you guys as artists. However, it will be such bad journalism on my part if I don't address this now. And maybe you guys can help me understand this a little bit more, but I need rules and regulations when it comes to snitching. Because from what I understood about snitching, you have to actually be involved with something. So say me and my homie go rob a store and we get caught and I snitch on my homie, said, "Oh yeah, not only did he rob the store, but he did X, Y, and Z, and it was his plan, and this is where he hid the stuff, and this is where he did X, Y, and Z, and da 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 da." That's snitching. The nigga tried to blow up my car. That's not snitching. That's me telling him that he tried to blow up my car. I feel like street rules and street regulations, one, they don't apply to certain people. I don't think street rules and regulations apply to Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi never gave me street dude. He never gave me, I come from like, oh, I'm repping this and I'm doing that and X, Y, and Z. He doesn't give me that. So one, I don't expect Kid Cudi to apply that moral code to life, right? He's a civilian. He's a civilian. I'm a civilian. Like there's certain things that's like there's certain things that shouldn't apply to certain people, right? Now, on top of him being a civilian, the nigga tried to kill him. You telling me if somebody tried to kill you and you got asked to testify in court, you're not testifying? Oh, you're oh yeah. There's words I want to call you, but I'm not going to because it's Sunday when I'm recording this and the Lord is on my side right now. So I'm not going to say these things. If this was a Monday or a Tuesday, boy, I would let y'all have it. Boy, I will let y'all have it, but it is not, and y'all better, and boy, y'all should thank God I'm recording. Y'all better thank God I can only record this today. Y'all better, oh boy, because listen, that is so stupid to me. That, oh yeah, nah, you a part of this rap game, you a part of the X, Y, and Z. This code of no snitching. To who? To who? He tried to kill me. Send him to jail today. I ain't playing with y'all, man. I ain't playing with y'all today, man. I'm really not. Because y'all gonna sit up here and tell me and act like I'm tripping because I want to send the man to jail that literally tried to kill me over some coochie. You can't kill. He tried to kill me over the coochie. You can't do, come on now. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't want to kill me over the coochie. Lord have nah, he gotta go to jail. Kid Cudi, you shouldn't be and to be honest, Kid Cudi, I I rock with you even more for going on the stand, to be honest. Call me what you want. Look at me weird. Say that, oh, Eric a snitch. Eric going, yeah, if you try to kill me and blow up my car, nigga, what you want me to do? I'm not the spin the block guy. Never have, never will be. No, what you think I'm going to do, nigga? Lawyers, the lawyer fees. What the hell you think I got all this money, all these lawyers for what? Kid Cudi probably couldn't wait for the day he was able to do this. Yes, 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 he did it. He did it. He blew up the car. Yes, he tried to kill. Yes, he was in my house. He did nasty stuff to my dog. He tried to kill me. Yes, yes. When we met up on that roof, the vibes was weird. I thought I was gonna die. Yes, I'm telling it all. I'm telling the full scope of the story. Y'all out here bugging. Listen, man, I think that a lot of the men when it comes to this case are very disappointing. Like y'all are disappointing me real bad because it's a lot of y'all are showing y'all ignorance at a higher clip than normal. And I don't think I'm used to this. I don't think I'm used to the guys showing their ignorance at a higher clip. Like your ignorance is being shown at a very high clip. Like y'all shooting like Steph Curry from ignorant range. Like y'all are just straight out blatant ignorant. Y'all ain't even trying to learn nothing. And a lot of y'all feel this way because You all, I believe, allegedly, are the predators that we should watch out for. So a lot of y'all are siding with the Diddy for two reasons. One, because y'all have like this black superhero thing in your head, right? Where like Russell Simmons, Jay-Z, Puff, Beyonce, Oprah, Michael Jordan, maybe even like LeBron now are considered like these black superheroes that like you can't touch and should be labeled untouchable because you can't or couldn't reach that level of success. And to you, that is the vision of black success, black wealth, black royalty, X, Y, and Z, right? So every time something comes out against these people, especially Diddy now being on trial, y'all try to paint that, oh, y'all are trying to take down the black man narrative when this isn't that. This isn't hey, y'all are trying to take down the black man, X, Y, and Z dash 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 dot 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 narrative. This isn't that. This is, hey, you are a weird guy. You are weird. You have done some weird and messed up things to people. You need to go to jail. This isn't one of your black superhero fantasies, nigga. This nigga isn't Superman. You know what his kryptonite is? His kryptonite is baby oil. That's what his kryptonite is. His kryptonite is baby oil and sex toys. That's what it is. That's what it is. This ain't that. There's a video of him beating this girl and dragging her through a hallway for 15 minutes at a hotel. 15 minutes. I watched the whole thing. And y'all gonna sit up here and say that this lady is on the stand because she wants money for the baby and X, Y, and Z after she already settled? So you're telling me she's on the after she settled, she went to get on the stand for more money after she settled already. Why, if she wanted the money, why wouldn't she just had stopped once she got the 50 mil or however much it was? Why, like a lot of y'all aren't thinking. I think y'all are blinded by the black superhero thing, expectations, and I think that's one reason, right? I think the second reason a lot of y'all are being super ignorant and just terrible when it comes to this case is because a lot of y'all are the predators that we need to look out for, that we need to warn our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, our cousins, our nieces about. A lot of y'all are that. A lot of y'all are the predators that we need to look out for and we need to be careful for. A lot of y'all did the freaky stuff that Bill Cosby has done. A lot of y'all did the freaky stuff Diddy has done. A lot of y'all did some freaky stuff. A lot of y'all might even be on R. Kelly level of weird. And a lot of y'all sit there and defend them because deep down, you know, either one, you that's a fantasy of yours that you always wanted to do and you don't want to feel shamed of having that fantasy. One, or two, that is something that you do, you actively practice, and you know you need to be thrown in jail, but you want to defend him so bad because that's really you defending your own actions. I'm gonna move on before I get too deep into this thing, man. Listen, man, throw Diddy under the jail. Prayers for Cassie, prayers for Kid Cudi's, prayers for everybody that's on the stand that has to testify against that man, man. Also prayer for Diddy's kids. I really feel bad for the kids, for like having to sit there and watch that whole trial unfold. But listen, man, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the rest of it goes. Next thing on the docket, the important stuff. Brick by brick. Listen, I'm so excited to get this out. I don't remember what it was that sparked this conversation, but I'm glad I had my notes here to like help me, right? Um Actually, no, I do remember now. Thank you. I do remember. I was watching a TikTok and this lady said, no, it was this guy actually. I was watching this guy's TikTok and the guy was talking about this video that he had posted and how it took, I think it like took a year for it to blow up. Right, he posted it last year, and when he posted it, only got like 6,000 views. Now it's had 1 million views a year later, and he was like, "Why did it take so long for my video to blow up?" Right. Then it was another video of a lady basically talking about like the grind of being a content creator and her not understanding that like you have to post so much just to get one hit. But then once you get the hit, not knowing what you do with the hit, right? And then I know it's a lot of and thens. This is going to be happening for a while. I'm sorry. And then I was talking to my friend, a homie of mine, and he was like, man, we want to really like if you really want to revamp the pod, if you really want to change the outlook of the pod and really want to rebrand X, Y, and Z the podcast or whatever, you have to not only look at other podcasts and see what they have done successfully, one, but two, you have to really just build this thing one step at a time. And it's going to take you a while, right? Cool. Then I started thinking, the wheels started turning. I started going. And that's where this episode came from. And my first point is not everyone's story is going to pop off in the next 5 to 6 months. I'm going to stop right there. I have more. I have more. But I'm going to stop right there because I know somebody's heart just dropped. I felt your heart just drop right there once I said it. Your story isn't the 5 to 6 month journey story. That's not your story. It might be your story, but it's not your story. Mind you, I'm pointing to different people when I say that. It might be Billy's story that's watching this, but Calvin, your story ain't that though. Deborah, your story might be that. Tasha, your story might not be that though. You feel me? So like 5 to 6 months blow up, 1 month blow up, 3 month blow up. That's not everybody's story. Okay? Sometimes it's going to take 10 years, 10 hard years, 10 long years for you to get to the point that you've always dreamed of. For you to get to the point where your business is taking off, where your music career is starting to be successful, where you're doing X, Y, and Z, it might take you 10 long years. And that is okay. Listen, I think social media um has kind of fried our brains a little bit. I really like when my mom said it's these damn phones. I really believe that it's these damn phones because I believe that social media fried our reality on really how hard it is to be good and successful at something and how difficult it is to blow up and be like a huge influencer or music artist or creative or X, Y, and Z, right? And I just want to break down some numbers to you. There are 8 billion people in the world. So in the entire globe, there's 8 billion people. You follow between roughly 1,000, let's just say roughly 1,000, between 1,000 and 5,000 people on average, right? 1 to 5,000 people on average. That's a big margin, but stick with me. On IG, TikTok, whatever, right? You follow between 1,000 to 5,000 people on all of those pages, right? You are basing success off of 5,000 people. And let's just cut that number down because some of those people you know, right? You follow some people you know, co-workers, family members, cousins, X, Y, and Z. So let's bump that number down to just say like 4.5, right? You're basing you're basing success off of 4,000 people. You're basing blowing up off of 4,000 people. You're basing like 4 out of 8 billion. You're basing success in how successful you will be, how successful you aren't, and how successful you are off of 4,000 people. Do you hear how goofy that sounds? Do you hear how crazy that sounds? That you are basing what is good, what is bad, what is high views, what is high, what is low, what is X, Y, and Z off of 4,000 people when there's 8 billion people in the world. There's so many people in the world. Your worldview is, what I'm saying is your worldview is cut down to 5,000 people. So if you're scrolling on Instagram and all you see is India Love with however many million followers, you see Ariana Grande with however many million followers, you see Beyonce with however many million followers, right? You see the biggest makeup influencer, fashion and Wisdom K, and well, all the millions of followers that they have, your view is skewed to thinking that, oh, I have to get X, Y, and Z millions of followers to be successful, when that in reality should not even be a metric for success. That should have never been a metric for success. We should never measure our success based off of how many people follow us. We should measure our success on how many people we are impacting. You feel me? And we shouldn't even measure our success on how many people we're impacting, because that number can fluctuate just as your follower count, right? We should base our success on if what we are doing is satisfying to us. That's what success should be, right? My podcast is a successful podcast. I tell everybody that the Arts Block podcast is successful, not because we're rated number one on podcast platforms, not because we're rated top 10, not because we're rated top 100. We're not rated at all. But I am successful because day in and day out, I know I give my all to this thing and I love it deep down in my heart, and nothing else makes me happier than releasing a pod out to you guys. Honestly, truly, that is success. I have won. Believe it or not, if this is it, if this is all that happens with this podcast right now, right? If this is as far as we go, I want you all to know that I won. I am a winner. You all don't feel that way. You all feel like if you only sold 100 books, you're a failure. Babe, 100 people bought your book. 100 people. You know how many? And I also think that because of followers and because of social media and follower counts and all of that, our our view on numbers are different as well, right? Like our view on a lot of numbers and a little bit of numbers are very like we think 1 million followers is a lot of is a lot of people, right? Which it is. That's a ton of people. That's a huge amount of people, right? Having 1 million followers, that's a lot of people, right? But 2,000 people. Have you ever been inside of a 2,000 person venue? I have. I think I think what's that, Union Stage in New York? Is that what it's called? Is that what's called, Union Stage? I think that's what it's called, by 14th and Union Square. That, I think that's a 2,000 seater, might be a give or take 2,000 seater. You know how many people? You know how many people? You know how many people 2,000 people look like? You know what 2,000 people look like? That's a lot of people. You know how many people? 100 people. 100 people is a lot of people. I threw an event right before my freshman year of college. I threw an event called One Night Stand, and it was 40 people in there. That place, to me, I looked around and said, damn, it's 40 people in. Jesus Christ, I put 40 people. It's a lot. 100 people are a lot. Imagine if all 100 people went to a book signing and that line would be wrapped around the corner. That's a lot of people. We can't let social media guide or dictate how we look or view ourselves and our success, because those expectations, one, I'm not going to say unrealistic because I don't think anything's unrealistic, but one, they're very hard to reach. And two, you will always continue to doubt yourself, or you will always continue to look at yourself or your art as less than, because you are not at the levels of where other people are. This is where art in the rocky soil comes from, because you are so rooted in what other people are doing or saying in your position, and not how satisfying is the work to me and how is this feeding and helping other people. You know, brick by brick, one layer at a time, right? Cool. Some creatives, you know, yeah, and also some people's like ventures are harder than they seem, right? Some people like I can't believe I wrote this. Listen, man, this is crazy. I'm reading this right now. This is so crazy to me. S- people's journey is hard. Not everybody's journey is peaches and rainbows, sunshines and apples and grapes and all of that. Some people's journeys are really hard, dude. Not everyone's journey is a journey of, oh yeah, we did this and it was super successful first try. No. Like, I have friends who say that they want to be business owners. They don't even know what a business plan looks like. And they're mad that their businesses aren't being successful or flourishing. Nigga, you are just trying things. You're just trying things because you seen the other person try. You don't even know what it takes to do this thing. That's what I'm saying. Not everybody's journey look is going to look the same because you don't know what went into that person getting to that place, right? You don't know the work that I can't wait for the Arts Block podcast to be the number one podcast ever, right? I can't wait for it to happen because people aren't going to know that I'm 130 episodes in and still grinding to get to another place. You feel me? Like people don't know that. People aren't going to understand that. The type of grind, the type of dedication that it really takes. But you are. And the tools and knowledge that you're going to learn from this process, building this way, is going to be crazy. You're going to have tools and skills that nobody else is going to have by doing this one step at a time. But to be able to do this one step at a time, you can't look at everybody else. And now that we have a firm foundation, at and it's not in what other people are doing, it's not in what other people are saying, but it is in how we feel about this thing. It is, how is this serving my community? How is this making people better? How is this making people's days better, weeks better? How is this improving my community? Is this improving my community, or is this taking away from my community? Now that we have our art rooted in something deeper, now you can know that slow motion is better than no motion, right? This is brick by brick. This is the model of brick by brick, one step at a time. Slow motion is better than no motion. You niggas think just because your boat isn't rocking off fast and you ain't got a yacht or a speedboat and you're in a little sailboat that you ain't moving. Motion is motion. Motion is motion. If you got motion, baby, you got motion. Slow motion better than no motion. Listen, it's one thing if you are just standing still. That's one thing. But if you're moving inch by inch, day by day, you're just going and going and going and you're growing and growing and growing. You got you got some flow to that, baby. Some flow to that. And every day you got some flow, you should celebrate. Every day you add something to your flow, you should celebrate. There should be a celebration for every time something is added to your flow. There should be a celebration every time something is taken away from your flow. But most importantly, every time something is added to your flow, you should celebrate. Why am I celebrating? Why am I saying that you should celebrate every time something is taken away from your flow? Because once something is taken away from your flow, how I think of something is like, I never think of you like backtracking, right? I think of like, if something's taken away from your flow, you're not going as fast as you once were, which is a good thing because if think of the Titanic, right? If the Titanic slowed down just a little bit, maybe it could have braced for that iceberg it hit. But it didn't. It was going to speed. It was going boom. Hit the iceberg. Boom. Whole bunch of people dead. Everybody dead. Jack dead now because it hit the iceberg. But nah, you go slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, and you can see everything. You got a chance to scope everything out. You did. Listen, man. Also, the work that you do now and the work that you put in. I'm so sorry to tell you this. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but it's not for you. Everything that you're doing right now today, it's not for you. Everything that I'm doing and building right now today, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's for my little brothers and my little sister. It's for my parents. It's for my grandparents. It's not for me. It's for you guys watching this. This is you guys's. This isn't mine. This is y'all's. I'm not building this for me. What you are building and what you are making should be bigger than you. You should not. The first thing that I think about when I talk about the Arts Block podcast to anybody, the first thing I talk about is how I can help the community and how I can help people. The last thing I talk about is how I can benefit from this podcast. The first thing you should always talk about when you create something is, man, I have this passion for this. Like I said last pod, actually, when I said art in the rocky soil, which art should be founded in, it should be founded in something deeper of like, oh, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I think I can impact this person, that person, this person, that person. So I'm going to do it like this, that, and the third. Not in the way y'all doing it though. But hey, it is what it is. So what do we learn today? Right? Oh, and last thing before I close with this part of the pod, major motion also equals major burnout. So the more you exert yourself, the more you flow can also lead to a major burnout, right? Think about artists who be like, oh man, I wrote 1,000 songs, now I have writer's block, right? Or yeah, I've done 1,000, I've shot like I think Isaiah Thomas one time like he hurt his wrist, but the reason he hurt his wrist was because he was shooting like almost like 10,000 shots a day, right? Or something like that. It was a crazy number of shots he was shooting a day during the summer, and he ended up hurting his wrist. So for the season, the whole season, he played with a bad wrist, with a wrist injury. Major motion equals major burnout. That's why I'm telling y'all, slow motion is better than no motion. Sometimes taking it one step at a time. Listen, man, try to build a house from the roof first and see what happens. Try to build the roof of a house first, and before you build the body, before you have a cornerstone, before anything else, try to build the roof of the house before you build anything else. Try to see what happens. See how the house will turn out. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's what a lot of people are doing, and y'all just aren't seeing it because y'all are so caught up in the numbers and whatever the case may be, is that they are really building roofs instead of houses. They are really building roofs instead of houses. They're building a type of covering, but nothing to keep them confined in the covering. How stupid does that sound? The hell am I going to do with a roof and no house? It's a lot of y'all right now building art with no foundation. It's like, again, that's like planting a tree in a rocky soil. See how everything turns back around to where it started? Come on now. I'm too good at this. Last thing on the docket before I get on out of here, Streamer University. Now, when you talk about building something brick by brick, we saw Kai in the process of him building Streamer University. He kept us updated with the process. We seen him build Streamer University brick by brick when it came to picking the people, when it came to doing all the content stuff, when it came to getting the equipment, when it came to the advertising, when it came to the promotion, when it came to the marketing, when it came to all of these things. We saw Kai Cenat build this thing brick by brick. I think that this is one of the most genius things in content creation, period. One, not only is this helping content creators build, it is teaching unity. It is teaching that everybody has a space to eat. Everybody has the opportunity to win. Everybody has like there it was a point in time where people felt like, nah, only the strongest could survive, only room for the top dog, X, Y, and Z. Kai kind of took that mode, ripped it in half, and then was like, nah, everybody can come and eat. Everybody can learn from the top dogs. Everybody can be a top dog if they wanted to. He took that and created a school, and it was successful. He was giving game out to people for free. I don't think people paid for anything for Streamer University. Everything was free. He flew everybody out for free. He gave everybody free housing, food, equipment, merch for free. What a guy. What an event. And not only that, it was the most entertaining 3 or 4 days I probably have ever seen. And I watched all of Kai's Mafiathon too. Streamer University was probably the most entertaining days that I have seen. He had a monopoly. Kai Cenat oddly had a monopoly on the streaming world. Where if you weren't a part of the streaming university, you might as well just not stream. Cause guess what? Everybody is tuned in to Streamer University. Kai Streamer University was so successful, Natalie Nunn is even upset she wasn't a. All right, let me chill on Natalie Nunn. Let me chill. Let me chill. Listen, man, haters gonna hate. And let me close this episode off by this. Haters gonna hate. Let them. There's a lot of people saying that Kai and the streamer people hating on it because Kai invited all of his friends. There was a somebody literally listed all of the big creators and all of the smaller creators. There was like, and I think somebody said there was like 43 big creators and like 70 something small creators, right? So I don't know where y'all are saying Kai invited all of his homies because that was not the case at all. You niggas are just mad. And it's okay that you niggas is just mad. But just say that you mad. Don't be out here blaming Kai and be like, oh, Kai X, Y, and Z. Da, 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 da. You're just mad. And that's okay. Secondly, every opportunity isn't for everybody, right? Like, you applied, you didn't get in. Cool, the opportunity wasn't for you. It's not your time. Keep building brick by brick, and people are going to see your hard work. People are going to see your grind. People are going to see your dedication. And boom, next thing you know, you can be starting your own streamer university. Who knows? But this moment, this specific moment isn't for you. Don't be bitter towards other people who actually got the moment. You feel me? And to all the guys whose girlfriends went to streamer university, and y'all weren't there with your girlfriends and y'all wanted to be supervisors over what your girlfriends was doing. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Let's be so for real. Listen, man, thank y'all so much for tuning into another episode of Arts About Podcast. Before we get out of here, I will give y'all my Dead or Alive. Now, what is Dead or Alive? Dead or Alive is a segment on the podcast where me or other artists on the pod gets to choose artists that we would like to work with. That is Dead or Alive. We can choose one artist. We can choose 100 artists in my pod. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I think I'm gonna do. You know what? Kai DDG. Even though DDG is going through some stuff, DDG he's just a genius at social media. Kai DDG. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Funny Mike, Deshay, Ray, Yana, India Love, Brooklyn. Who else? Who else? K Bakes. Yeah, Streamer University, man. I want to work with y'all. Listen, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning into another episode of Art Spot Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Curry III. You can follow me on Instagram at Eric Curry III. You can also follow the podcast at Arts Block Podcast. Also follow me on TikTok, Eric Curry III. Literally, Eric Curry III. Spell everything spelled out. Yeah, do that. Yeah. Then also, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time we post a podcast. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please give me a 5-star and a review. You can just say that this is the greatest podcast that you have ever heard in your life, and that will suffice. Listen, man, God loves you. I love you. Do something that you love every single day. Do it with meaning. Do it. Do something that you love every single day. Do it with meaning. Do it with purpose. Do it with passion. Do it well. Do it with love. God loves you. I love you. Remember that artists never die. And I'm going to see y'all boys when I see y'all boys and girls. Peace.